Hello and welcome to episode 40, Dave. That's quite a landmark, I think, in terms of the Velvet Revolution. Welcome everyone. My name's Ben Rice, and I'm joined as ever by Dave Noble. How you doing, Dave?
Hello, I'm okay. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm alive.
You survived the storm.
Yeah, it was that was heavy duty, man. I mean, I've been in some storms, not just in this country. And that was a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a hefty slice. I was in the eye of the storm for about 45 minutes, an hour. I
Did you
hit.
think you might end up in Kansas?
Well, maybe the island. I was a silly, which I can see from here out
Yeah.
there, and they got smashed. I mean, they're very exposed, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm on the front line here, man. We're like, I'm facing southwest,
Yeah.
and I don't know where it came in, but it smashed the shizer out of this part of the coast, and definitely was in the eye of it for a bit. I had my fire on. I don't know if this is a silly thing to do, but I had my fire on, right? Because I was prepping, because we knew it was coming in, and it hit at 6 on the dot. And I knew there was going to be a power cut, and because there was,
Okay.
luckily I didn't have a prolonged power cut. Some people were still out from power. 2 days, 3 days later, some
Wow.
some people still not got any power or water. But I'm one of the lucky ones. I just had a bit of a glitch on power, but I started a fire, and you know those wind socks.
Yeah.
The sort of
Yeah.
windsocks, and when there's a really strong wind and it goes into the windsock, it'll just go dead straight, poker straight. The
Yep.
windsock, it won't flag around, flap
Hmm.
around, frail around. It'll just be dead straight,
Yep.
right? Well, my fire, imagine a fire, and I've got an open fire, right? It's not
Right.
it's not wood burn, it's an open fire. And I don't know if I was a bit of a dumbass doing this, a bit of a numbnut. Um, because I had the fire going, thinking, I'll get the fire going. So if there's a cut, I'm good. I've got some heat, and I've got some light some candles. It's actually quite visceral, really nice, right?
Hmm.
But when the storm came really on us, my flames from the fire went poker straight up the chimney, like they got
Yep.
sucked up,
Hmm.
like the windsock is going up and then I thought, is a chimney designed to have fire go all the way up through the chimney,
Yes. Well,
or is it just the smoke's meant to go up
well, it
there?
depends. As long as you've had it cleaned
Well, I
regularly,
have, yeah, yeah. Sean,
then
Sean, Sean, the sweep comes every October.
okay. So as long as that's yeah, then it shouldn't catch fire. That's your issue, isn't it? If stuff catches fire up the chimney,
Well, that's what I started getting really paranoid because I was like, shit, do I need to like extinguish this fire? And it was really Larry, and it was just like I sort of stuck with it. And then it tailed off, and I could feel the storm passing, and it was all right, but I got really paranoid all of a sudden.
do
But
you feel
yeah,
like the spirits were visiting you as the
yeah.
flames got higher?
But it was really cool. I say it's really cool. For me, it was really cool, but for other people, it wasn't. There was a fatality that was announced yesterday. Some poor chap in his caravan got crushed
Oh
by a
no.
tree. And I was in city yesterday. I went up to city yesterday, and the worst thing I've seen in the whole area. I mean, there's trees down, there's roofs down, there's just damage everywhere. And the worst thing I saw was yesterday in the city on this little posh row of townhouses, well, they're borderline mansions going down into city. And one house had this huge, like London plane trees.
Hmm.
Well, it wasn't one of them because
Okay.
we haven't got them. But the size, the sort of trees you can't put your arms around if you hugged it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
like massive wide load units of tree trunk, right? And this whole thing had just gone wallop on this house, crushed the house. Literally, it was just on the house.
Wow.
God knows what happened to the people in there, whether they were actually in there. It might have been a second homeowner.
Right.
There was some guy in Reading, right, who was on socials going, "Oh my God, I feel so powerless. My house in Truro, also in Truro, the city. Oh no, I feel so powerless. My home in Truro is going to be battered." And someone replied, "Well, that's your fucking fault for buying a second home. You should give it to someone who wants to actually live there, mate." No symphony there, mate. No, no symphony. Symphony? Sym
Sympathy.
sympathy. I said
Okay.
symphony.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, so yeah, I'm alive. I feel really, really great because when you're faced with um, the force of nature, you know, the real. And do you know what? I've been saying to people, wake up, people, wake up, world, wake up, society,
Mm-hmm.
wake up, the powers that be. Right? Global warming. What's the other thing they call it? What's the other term?
Climate change.
That's the one. I can't think shit too early in the morning for
You,
my brain.
are you sure that storm hasn't affected you in other ways?
I'm tired. I'm tired. Um, so wake up, people. Climate change is real. So what I think is, right, this is as a metaphor, I've been
Mm-hmm.
saying to people, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, she's not going to shoot us because she loves us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She's not going to shoot us, but she's pistol whipping us right now.
Okay.
Like that storm was a little pistol whipping. Like I don't want to kill you. I don't want to shoot you. I don't want to kill you. Right? You're my people. I love you. Right? You're children of the earth. Right? I want you on my planet. But wake the
Okay.
fuck up. I'm gonna pistol whip you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So just to sort your shit out, man. So we, so I believe the storm was a little bit of a pistol whipping.
Okay. Yeah.
And do you think people are gonna
No,
snap out of it?
no.
No, business as usual.
Business as usual. They're
Crack
just,
on.
yeah, global
Yeah,
warming. It's not
yeah.
happening.
And it's gonna get more extreme.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So one thing that I know, I've been doing it myself, is I've been getting into Wild Man Dave mode.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been learning how to whittle wood and batten wood and cut wood, chop wood, collect wood. You know, I was talking to my mate Carlo and Charlotte, yo, and we were talking about this season coming into spring, summer. We are definitely going to go and learn more about spearfishing.
Okay.
Sorry to anyone who doesn't agree with that, but maybe I'm onto something you lot aren't because the way we're going, it might be my only source of protein.
Okay.
And and having a backup power supply for cooking food.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got you know, what are you going to do if you get a power cut, people? If you're on the grid? Sorry, I don't want to I don't want to sound like one of those doomsday people, but I'm awake. I'm really seeing what's going on here, man.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
You're a survivalist.
yeah, I've got my just in case cupboard. I've actually got three just in case cupboards in my
Have you?
kitchen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got probably about 6 weeks supply of Munch Out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not like a lunatic with it. It's just, there's people right down here now who are actually relying on what I'm talking about because they've got no
Yeah.
power, no
Oh, yeah.
water. And then there's a bunch of numbnuts that went to one of the supermarkets and wiped out the water aisle.
And the toilet rolls. That's the
Yeah,
other thing
because
that
they
goes as well.
panic bought because they're
Mm.
not prepared. Anyway, we've just turned into one of those podcasts. Anyway, and just quickly, I want to share this. Big shout out to Isaac Noble. My
Our youngest listener.
no, he's not in. He's not in on this yet. But bro, your beloved son Isaac. I don't want to talk to. It's not appropriate to talk about him on here, really, is it? But I just want to share this because I think people will relate that my beloved little nephew, who I'm so proud of, and I miss them. I wish I could be with them more. But I woke up to a lovely little text message from him this morning saying, "Yo, Uncle Dave, I've got a new phone." So big shout out to Isaac, and he tried FaceTiming me.
Okay.
There are other ways of communication,
Hmm.
but yeah, I had to say to him, "Oh man, I'm really sorry. I've got to do a call in a minute, mate." Like, so now I'm scheduling calls with my little nephew.
Nice.
I'm like, "Oh my God, I feel like this is really beautiful. It's the next level of our relationship. That I can talk to him one to one. Because normally
And
he's
and how
with my
old is
bro.
he?
He is a teenager, so he'll soon be 14.
This is the first time he's had a phone, yeah?
Yeah, and I shared it on here before. Total kudos. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Big respect to my bro and his partner. Um, Massive respect because they're leading the charge on how it should be done, in
Mm.
my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. To hold
Which
out as a parent till your child's 14 with a phone is
a
incredible.
100%, yeah,
Yeah.
big time. Because you know, um, he has, like any parent listening, do you relate? Like, or any 14-year-old listening or 13-year-old listening, do you relate? I'm not sure if we've got
I
any.
don't I don't know that's our crowd.
I don't think we've got any, but if you are listening and you relate to what I'm saying, you may relate when I say that there's so much pressure to have one.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether you're a parent and you got someone who is, you know, so. And if you are the young person who's feeling like a social outcast and you've got all this pressure and people saying, ridicule even, it can be really quite harsh.
Mm,
So I remember what it was like when I didn't have the right football boots, let alone a phone. I mean, God, we didn't have to contend with that one, did we?
no, no.
But anyway, my bro and his partner, they've really done a sterling job of holding out, saying, "Look, you'll thank us, man.
Mm,
Just trust us, right? We've got this. We know what we're doing." And they've held out. And so his entree to it is, yeah, now, which is really great because he's got a solid foundation of how to do social interaction and to be as present as he can in his life and know how to use certain skills as an art form of living without being consumed by his everything in a screen in a device. I think that's remarkable.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's
how
incredible.
how many parents can say they've they've had that
Yeah,
boundary, that held that boundary, created it, maintained it, and held it. Um, you know, I think it's great.
yeah, yeah, exceptional.
So so I'm going to continue to lead by example, and like I can't always be available. I have to show people. I don't live my life on the phone. So I
Mm.
made an appointment. Can we do that call tomorrow? So it's all good, man. So just want to share that because it's relevant. I'm talking about something that's is a bit of an issue in the world because
Yeah.
there's young people that get a phone when they're like two. Literally, I see these really unskillful mothers and fathers. Are you one of them? Right? If you
Yeah.
are, yeah, if you are, sort it out. Like, who are pushing their kids through an airport.
Well, they've just switched off.
Yeah, of course, right? And they're juggling a million things because they're not coping
Hmm.
because they're little men babies and mum babies. And they're pushing their kids through a situation through life basically, and the kid's in the pram who's barely able to string a sentence together, who's got a screen in his hand or her
Hmm.
hand. What the fuck's all that about? Anyway, how are you, Ben?
Yeah, yeah, I'm okay actually. I'm okay. Yeah. It's been a good week. I've done all the New Year's saying I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I have started something new in the new year. And I have
Mhm.
yeah, I'm trying to do something about my diabetes. So I've got myself a personal trainer and I've got on this diet that is quite restrictive.
Can I ask you, where did you find this person?
Um, right, you know when we met up in Glastonbury?
What, you did a little sly, you recruited someone in Glastonbury?
No, but this is why it's. I was looking for a personal trainer for about 6 months, and I had this. I had found this person, and I sort of just hadn't contacted them. But the night before we met, I was in the hotel down in Wookey Hole, and I was in my hotel room on my own, and I was just doing some research, and this guy popped up,
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca, and this guy popped up online. I was researching personal trainers again, and it was like, oh yeah, this is the one. It just when something just felt right, and I contacted him about a week later, and yeah, so we set up. We've had a couple of sessions before Christmas, and yeah, it started last about a week and a half ago. Um, so yeah, it's an attempt to get my shoulder sorted, but it's also
Yeah.
an attempt to get a bit stronger in terms of and get me moving
Hmm.
because I do move a lot in terms of walking, but then I don't really do a lot of anything else. Hence the fact my shoulder's gone. And I'm also conscious with the diabetes that I need to be fitter. So I'm also doing this crazy diet, which is really like under 1,000 calories a day. I've read this book, and it's not just any old book. There's a bloke up in Newcastle this professor who's done loads of research into diabetes and says that
Yeah.
it's the fat on your liver and your pancreas. So you need to do like a really heavy fat sort of
Burn.
burn for sort of 7 8 weeks to get rid of all the visceral fat in your body, and then there's a chance that your liver and pancreas will recover and actually start to grow back, so you can reverse the diabetes.
Well, I've got a plan B
Go on.
if this all fails.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know someone that can get you something.
What kind of something?
And it means you won't sleep for about 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
And
kind
you
of
and
something.
you'll be biting your gum
Oh, okay.
and you'll be dancing a lot.
Yeah, yeah. That will shed some fat. Um, so yeah, so this morning I went for a big walk yesterday, and then this morning, yeah, I got up thinking I had loads of time, and I went for a walk, and I did some stretching from that my personal trainer gave me, and then I had a shower, and then I was late getting on here because normally I
Yes, you
just roll
was.
out of bed and
Hmm.
turn the computer on. And today I was like, oh, I haven't even had my breakfast yet. So yeah, it's yeah, I've done that classic thing I always do. I've bought myself some new gym kit. I have got myself a new gym bag. I'm all excited, and I'm hoping I'm hoping that I can sustain it beyond the initial excitement.
All right, well, look, I've got a plan B again, another plan B.
Your first plan B was rubbish, so
All
this
right,
one better be better.
all right, this one's bulletproof, right?
Okay, okay, here we go.
Can you share me your PT's number, please?
What, you
Because
going to grass me up and say I haven't done it?
it's you're going to do a check-in every time we record one of these. You're going to give me a latest, and
Yeah,
I'm going to be quietly text tapping away, tap tap tap, reporting back to the
uh-huh.
PT, saying,
Yeah.
yeah, he's blagging it.
He's,
He's doing one thing, but he's actually
well, I'm putting it out there on this, so I am. There's some accountability there, isn't it? So yeah, I'm already at a weight that I haven't been for. I don't know, that I haven't seen on the scales for a long, long time, if ever. So yeah, it's yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I went to see Marty Supreme yesterday,
Marty Supreme.
which is
Oh,
the
yeah.
new Timothy Chalamet
Is it
film.
good?
It's excellent. It is bonkers, absolutely bonkers. And I didn't know really what to expect, but it's mad, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So
It's about
that's my record. Yeah,
table tennis.
but imagine like a pool hall, but it's table tennis. So it's like you hustle for pool, he hustles with table tennis, and you're like, this didn't happen, surely. And I still don't know if it did. Like, because if you look online, it's saying it's based on someone that was a famous table tennis hustler.
Is it American?
Yeah,
It happened.
it happened. Yeah, it happened. So yeah, I thought it was a really true story, but then I went with lots. So my daughter, and then she checked afterwards, and it was like it's based. There's some semblance of truth.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, very very watchable film. Really good film. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I highly recommend that.
I'll check it out. I will because
Mm.
I've seen that pop up on something. I watched the F1 film.
Any good?
I loved it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember I was working, engaging with a young maverick who was 14 or 15 at the time when he said that he went and saw it with a friend and said it was the best film they'd ever seen in their lives. I'm like, well,
Mm.
that's quite possible because
They're
they're,
quite young. Yeah.
yeah. And I took it with a pinch of salt because I thought, it's F1. I'm not really a petrol head in that way, like some people
Hmm.
are really, they'll sit and really get into it. I can see the enjoyment of it, but for me, it's a bit, in the grand scheme of thing, I just think it's a bit, please forgive me, F1, when I say this, it's a bit vulgar,
Okay.
when, I don't know, it's just theatre, it's entertainment, isn't it? F1, it's just entertainment on steroids, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a bit like the amount of cash that goes into it, and we've got people that are really struggling in life. It's just that's what I mean by vulgar.
Yeah.
Sorry to, I'm just saying how I see it. It's just the way I see it. Doesn't mean it is. It's just how my interpretation of what I'm talking about. So I've just offended the whole of that world and people that might really like it and the people that are in it. But I'm sure no one's actually going to give a fuck that I'm saying that because no one knows who I am. And no one's going to hear this. No one's going to hear me saying it. But you know what I mean? But the film itself, um, really great. I loved it. I actually bought it.
Did you?
Yeah, and I've got some special features on it that I'm gonna watch today because I haven't watched them about like the behind the scenes stuff, how they
Mm.
filmed it. Really great film. Yeah,
Okay.
you like fast cars and swagger.
Fast cars and swag.
Yeah,
It's like the Fast and the Furious films. Like they shouldn't be enjoyable. Like I don't. That's not my thing.
yeah.
But they are. They're very watchable films.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get there's something really incredible. Like they're incredible people. The people that are sitting in them cars. That's not for everyone. You can't do that. That takes superhuman people,
Hmm.
supernatural people, who are tapping into an ability, and I think they're amazing. The people that are in them cars, they've got to be present to a T. Like they've got to be so dialed in to flow state, which in the film, Brad Pitt talks about flow state in different words. He doesn't call it flow state, but it's like he's flying, he calls it, I think, where he's just flying. It's like, oh my God, what's going on, Brad Pitt? Oh, he's flying.
Is he a driver in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the old veteran. And then
Oh, right.
he got this young buck who's a little shit, um, who's really insecure about the fact this old school dude's come in and showing him how to be a man, basically.
Right. Okay.
And how to have morals and yeah, all of that stuff. And he's lived a bit, and this young buck is giving it all the big Billy bullshit bollocks to him. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
good documentation of human behavior, really.
Because that. I mean, that's the thing in Marty Supreme is the character is highly unlikable. He's obnoxious and he's on
Uh,
the blag the whole time, and it's that constant, that sort of New York banter, constantly trying to get away with stuff, constantly trying to blag and make money, and
yeah,
and at the end you're like, do you want him to win? Do you
yeah,
want him to get away with this?
yeah. Has he got that? Has he got that New York cab driver accent?
Yeah, yeah. Although for me, he spoke a little bit. He's still got a bit of the Bob Dylan drawl in him from when
Yeah,
he's done the last film.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he's still got a little bit of that in him. But yeah, he's very good. Old Timmy.
That could be a good offshoot. That could be a different director's cut, you know. It's just
Yeah,
Timothy playing Bob,
playing
playing
ping pong.
playing ping pong.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
And if he trains to play ping pong like he plays, that's pretty impressive as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, amazing. Well, I have just done a single-handed job of offending the whole of a sport that means a lot to a lot of
Well,
people.
you've done well. Like normally, it takes you a whole episode to offend lots of people, but you've done Formula One and people that give their children phones under the age of 5.
Yeah. Well, it's just the way I see it, you know. It's just the way I see it, man. It's just like doesn't mean it's right. It's just my interpretation of this crazy ass world that I find myself living. It's just an interpretation.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just vocalizing it.
Hmm.
I think it anyway. So why am I not talking about it? Anyway, freedom of expression, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, shall we
I've got a letter or an email. If
join us at the velvetrevolutionpod.com. We always say this, or I definitely, I know I do, you do as well, I think. Like we welcome comms via that because it means more.
Yeah,
You can leave comments on any platform, but I, for one, I'm not someone that really responds to stuff like that because I haven't got social media and I'm not wired that way. But with emails, I'll send an absolute reply to anyone that sends comms in. And you can mark it as anonymous if you don't want it read out. Just mark it. I don't want this read out. It's anonymous. It's personal. If you want it read out, don't worry about it. We'll read it out.
yeah, yeah. So we've got one from Blaine, uh,
Super fan.
super fan, and it says, "Hi, Dave and Ben," in no particular order. I just wanted to drop you both a note to say thank you for series 2 of The Velvet Revolution. I'm genuinely loving it. Every episode so far has been fantastic, thoughtful, and really well put together. That's nice that he has recognised our professionalism.
He
um,
put, he put really well
well
put
put
together.
together because there's a real plan here. Um,
Oh.
he's right. The next bit, the humility episode in particular, hit me quite hard, but in a really good way. It reminded me how staying humble has actually helped me creatively, especially in my songwriting. Letting go of expectation, ego, or the need of validation has made the process feel more honest and freeing. It brought me back to the most important part of the whole process, me being true to myself and writing from a genuine place. If anyone else finds connection in those songs, that's a real bonus. But that episode was a powerful reminder that the work still has value, even if it only ever needs to mean something to the person creating it. That perspective really resonated and stayed with me long after listening. Thanks again for the care, openness, and integrity you both bring to the series. It genuinely shows and it's very much appreciated. All the best, Blaine. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, Blaine. Your words are really thoughtful and really appreciated. And yeah, I really like that. I like the fact, well, we've said this before, even if it's just Blaine that resonates with what we're saying, then that's more than I anticipated because yeah, this is something that we do to create connection, to try and create community, and if that community is just me, Dave, and Blaine, then I know it's not. I know there's others, um, but yeah, it means a lot to us. So thank you,
I concur. I
thank
do.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for reading that, Mr. Rice. And thank you, Blaine, for being asked to tap away on your keyboard.
Yeah,
I too really appreciate your comms and your words and your heartfelt thought and attention to the cause. Thank you, mate. All right.
right. So today's letter is N for Nigel, and
M for
it's
Nigel.
N for Nigel, and it's my pick. Yeah,
It is.
right. Should we get into it?
Hmm.
Okay. How tired are you today? Right. So on the N list, we have nefarious. Do you know what that means? It sounds
I
like an
knew. I had a feeling
Egyptian
you was
god.
gonna. I had a feeling you was gonna ask me that because I literally added that just this morning,
Okay.
and I did look at it to see what it meant, and then I didn't retain. And I had a feeling you was gonna ask me that because do you know what it means? Is that why you're
Mm,
asking me?
is it vaguely nefarious? It,
Just keep going because I'm looking it
it's
up
not.
now.
It's not the name of the eagle on your back, is it?
No, keep going. I'm looking it up.
Nag, narrow-minded, non-judgment. We could have a lot of nons, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Negative, non-negative, narcissist, non-narcissist, uh, nervous, neglect, neurotic. We did last time. Nurturing, naive, nasty, needy, nourish, and numb.
Okay, and I'm just found nefarious, so I'll just come in with that. It means wicked or criminal.
Ooh,
So,
nice.
um, and in the origin, Latin nefas, I don't know if I'm saying that right, means wrong. So basically, nefarious is you're a wrong un.
Ah, okay.
You're a very bad person. You're a wrong un, basically. Nefarious is wrong un.
Wrong one.
That's my interpretation of it.
Okay. Um,
What are you feeling, Mr. Rice?
I am leaning in terms of where we're at, in terms of the year, uh, the periods that we're in, is that I'm either nurturing or nourish.
Mm, I was going to add numbnuts on there.
What? Okay.
Maybe I was going to put nuts in brackets after numb
Yeah.
because I just like the word.
Yeah. Okay.
Such a good word.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go for nourish.
I was trying to plant a seed then. I was trying to
I know.
coerce you into doing
Yeah. I'm not.
numbnuts.
I'm not doing numbnuts. You can stop being an absolute numbnuts. Right. I'm turning that red.
Which one? We did?
Nourish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you need to explain why. I mean, you just said because time of year you're feeling. So to explain, go on. You crack on with this.
So we talk a lot in life, but also I think we've talked a lot on here about how we nourish ourselves and how we do the good stuff for ourselves.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's kind of why I'm feeling like I'm falling on that today because I feel like for instance, it was Saturday night last night, and I got back to the flat after the movie about 8ish, and I put the TV on, and there was a game of football on. It's the FA Cup this weekend, so there was, I believe it was Chelsea Charlton last night, and my normal thing to do would be to numb out and to just lie on the sofa and watch a game, just switch off in front of something that doesn't really mean anything to me, doesn't really matter. There's not, you know, I find that very easy to do with sport. It's very easy just to have it almost as a wallpaper. You're just watching something that doesn't really mean a lot.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, so I very easily I could have stayed up till 10 last night watching that game, but I sort of it got to half time and I was like, I'm not really watching this. I'm not really paying that much attention to it. Sort of on and off my phone. So I decided to go to bed. Got into bed, picked up a book, read a book for I'm trying again, and another sort of thing I try every year. I've got piles and piles of books by my bed and on my bookcases, all of, beautifully uncreased, unread. These library of books I buy myself because I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds really interesting, and never get around to reading it. So, and actually, the book I'm reading at the moment is this 4,000 weeks book, which is this idea about that we only have 4,000 weeks on this planet.
Hang on, who wrote that?
Oliver Berkman.
Right. 4,000 weeks.
Yeah,
Can we do the math on this quickly?
you can do if you want.
Right, hang on.
So he's saying if you live to 80,
Yeah.
yeah, you got 4,000 weeks.
Okay. So that's just what it is, isn't it? Right. Right. So when you calculate that, if
So
it's 4,000,
52 weeks in a year,
yeah,
52 times 80.
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know. I can't do that off the top of my head. Is
Yeah.
that 4,000?
Um, I presume so.
I mean, he's written a book, so you'd hope he's done the maths.
Yeah, you would have thought so. Um,
52 times 80 equals 4,160
he's
to be
wrong.
precise.
He's wrong.
But it wouldn't have been a snappier title, would
So
it?
I'm debunking this already. He's wrong. He's got it wrong.
4,160 weeks. So there you go. It's 160 more weeks than you'd planned for. So, but in this book, it's this idea that we have so much, we live a finite life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many of us live with blinkers on.
Mm-hmm.
So we are living with this expectation that one, we're going to live forever, that time is
Yeah.
just going to keep going, or we live in this sort of expectation that yeah, I think it's the same thing, but there's always tomorrow. There's always this, oh yeah, I'll start the diet tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop doing all these things that are bad for me on Monday because, why stop this week? Because it's only a Tuesday and,
Yeah.
no one stops on a Tuesday.
Burying the head in the sand.
Yes. And then, or you've got this expectation that there is only so much time and you've got to do everything. So you then burn out.
Yeah.
So really it's working out what is important to you and how you're going to prioritize, but also how you're going to procrastinate, how you're going to say, actually, I don't need to do this stuff. And the bit I read last night was about this business model where you the analogy he used was as a teacher going into a sort of primary school, and he's got a big jar, and he takes like three or four massive rocks, some pebbles, and some sand,
I've heard
and he
this.
said,
Yeah.
yeah, and you say put all this in a jar,
Uh,
and the kids put the sand and the pebbles in first, and then they can't fit the rocks in.
mm,
So what the idea being is you've got to put the rocks in first, then the pebbles, and then the sand, and all the small stuff falls between the big stuff.
mm,
I.e., do the big stuff first, sweat the
mm,
big stuff, get rid of it, and then everything else falls into place.
mm,
Um, and and really, like if you think about what it is that you
mm.
want to do, and I know I'm very very guilty of this because, for instance, like when we went to Glastonbury, we went to that gallery and we
Yeah.
saw that beautiful print by that. The reason that we went into that gallery was because I saw that bit of artwork from the lady I follow on
Yep.
Insta, and she does these incredible lino cuts. And I saw this work, and the first thing I thought was, oh, I'm going to get some lino cutting tools. I'm going to do some printing. And it's like I've already got enough boxes of art stuff sitting around of other things. I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to give that a go. Or I'm going to do that. So it's working out what is the three things that you're going to prioritize, what are the big rocks that you're going to do, and then in doing that, you're actually not going to do some of the stuff that you really want to do. And that's the kicker, is that you're not just knocking off stuff that you're like, oh yeah, that doesn't matter. There's bits of stuff that you're not going to be able to do in life because there just isn't enough time. Um, and that's so far what I've taken from the first 4 or 5 chapters I've read.
Okay.
in our 4,160 weeks that we have on this planet.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, first of all, I just want to say this is thanks for sharing all that. First of all, I just want to say time's a fucking hindrance. Get rid of it.
Yeah,
That's the first thing I want to say.
but I would also argue that we might also only exist because of time.
Nah, bollocks. It's an illusion. Get rid of it.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Right.
philosophy of
Just get
Dave.
rid of it. Get rid of just get rid of it, man. I keep saying to people, I know so many people get caught up on time. They feel they're running out of time or oh, they're clock watching, right? Get rid of it. It's a hindrance.
Okay.
Because it's a hindrance. All
Do you have
right.
any clocks in the house?
I don't ever wear a watch.
No, I don't
I
wear a
have
watch.
I have an old school battery operated deet, 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 deet. I don't know why I did that.
Smoke alarm? What was
But
that?
phones do that anyway on the alarm.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
it's an old school alarm clock that you press the snooze button on top and it lights up the clock
Hmm.
face. So you can see what time it is. It's battery operated. It's got hands on there and it's got the numbers. It's an old clock.
Yeah.
That's on my bedside, and it doesn't face me. It's away from me. It's away facing away from me.
Okay.
So I can't see it. I don't clock watch. It's there. So if I need to set an alarm, which I never do, but if I need to, it's there, and I
And
can.
where's your phone?
What when I'm in bed,
Hmm.
I put it in the drawer in the hallway.
Okay.
Oh, and it's turned off.
So you don't even charge it overnight.
I don't need to. Why do I
Okay.
need to charge my phone overnight?
Does it not run out of charge during the day?
Never.
Never.
Yeah.
How
See,
often do you
see.
charge your phone?
Look, people listening, right? This is what it looks like. This what you're hearing is what having a healthy relationship to a phone sounds like.
Okay. So how often do you charge your phone?
I don't know, when I'm in my car
Ah,
driving
okay.
somewhere, I might give it a top up. I'll plug it in to the car system
Okay.
and you know,
That's it.
yeah. So literally, I don't, yeah.
Oh.
Why is that? Is that peculiar?
Well, yeah. Well, no. Okay. So someone that probably has a little bit more unhealthy relationship to their phone, I plug it in every night to charge it because it's dead or it will be dead.
And you're at work all day. What the hell are you doing on your phone, man? What the hell? Let's break this down. You're at work from like 8 till 4.
Well, yeah, but
No,
there's but
but
skip. Yeah, okay.
see,
There are messages. I get messages
no,
about work people ring me about work on my phone. Does no one ring you on your during the day
yeah,
about work?
yeah,
Okay.
but it don't run my battery out, man. I'm quick and concise, man.
Okay.
So look,
So that's number one, phone.
so what was we saying? What was we talking about?
You
So
said number one, get rid of time.
get
Time
rid of
doesn't
time. It's
exist.
a hindrance, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got someone that I've been trying to say that to for a long time, and a good teacher will continue to challenge the student, and eventually they'll have that moment of like, I need to get rid of time. It's a hindrance. I'm like, yeah, um, because it is. It's a hindrance. We're weird. We're weird creatures. Do you think the animals out there in the animal kingdom are sitting there going, "Wait, Jeff, what time is it, mate?"
Is Jeff a zebra?
Yeah, something like that. Do you know what I mean? They intuitively know what time they need to go and hunt or get some food. They know what time they need to do things. They're not
Yeah.
living in this system that we are in, which is an illusion. Let me read something to you.
Are you going to read that quote I
Yeah,
sent you?
Frank Z from Mr. Frank Zappa,
Oh.
Captain Beefheart.
It's almost like we planned this.
I know, right?
Blaine's going to think we planned this.
See. This is how we roll, man. It's all
Yeah.
synchronicity.
Yeah.
It's all a bigger thing it's a greater
Yeah.
thing, man. This is how it is. Right, so Frank Zappa quote. It's great. And there's a photo of Frank Zappa there. He looks a little bit like Richard Ashcroft, but that photo looks like Richard Ashcroft with a little goatee Frank Zappa beard. Anyway, the legend that is Frank Zappa, that's from the valley, isn't he? Didn't he used
Yeah.
to live in the valley? He had the famous house in the valley where everyone went, all the big names went there and they all just got on it, got on the old
In LA.
acid. Yeah, they all just
Mm.
got on the acid and had a one big trip
Yeah,
and made some really trippy music.
he does, mate. He's bonkers. I've never. He's one of those people I'd love to know. Like you, he's like Dylan, isn't he? People like Zappa, they're absolutely obsessed by him.
He was good at table tennis.
How do you know that?
I'm speculating. Right, anyway, imagine them lot, they're all at his house and he's got the table tennis out front near the pool and they're just like
Yeah.
banging balls back and forth. Right, um this is the quote, right?
Hmm.
The illusion, see, keys in the word, illusion. I used that
Hmm.
earlier with time, right? The illusion of freedom
Yep.
will continue as long as it's profitable to continue the illusion. All right, is that you got that? You know
Hmm.
this. You're the one that sent it to me.
Hmm.
I'm talking to anyone listening, right? The illusion of freedom will continue as long as it's profitable to continue the illusion. At the point where the illusion becomes too expensive to maintain, they will just take down the scenery. They will pull back the curtains. They will move the tables and chairs out of the way, and you will see the brick wall at the back of the theatre. Captain Zappa. All right,
Yeah.
it's an illusion.
Okay. Done. All right.
So Frank Zappa, if he was in here, or if he was on
Mm.
this call, if he was with us now,
Yeah.
he'd be, I reckon he'd be well on this one.
Right. So that's number one. Time is an illusion,
So it's a hindrance.
a hindrance, sorry,
Yeah.
and an
Well,
illusion. It's a bit, it was Wizard of Oz, isn't it?
yeah.
There's someone behind the curtain.
So the fact that you're learning about I'm not knocking this guy, Bert guy. What's his name?
Oliver
Oliver.
Berkman.
Oliver Burton. I'm not knocking him because he's written a book and it's amazing. And I've written a book and it's amazing. I know what goes into writing a book. It's incredible, and he's an incredible human being for doing that, right? For the subject matter, how are you going to perceive that? Is that going to just create more fear for you? Is it going to instigate change and open your mind up to actually make them seize the moment and do something great?
Yeah, and that's very much what he's trying to get. That so
Okay.
his whole reason for doing it is that he used to write for the Guardian, I believe, and he
Okay.
used to do like this self help column. So he's done hundreds of different sort of self help rituals and stuff. And what he's basically saying is that what we have to do is accept that life is finite. That
Yeah.
that if we, so for instance, like someone says, do these seven things and your life will be much better. He
Yeah.
says that's nonsense because you haven't been on the journey that person's been on to do those seven things. So
Exactly. Yeah.
so you can't just do those seven things and your life will be okay. You've got to do your journey
Yeah.
however you want to do it. But you've also got to accept that we do have a finite time.
Hmm.
And so then
An
time is what
illusion.
is an illusion, is what it is, and we can only do so much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't sweat it, I guess is what he's saying. Is
Yeah.
just stop
Yeah.
stop worrying and just accept that there's one of my favorite films, and this is I don't like using the word guilty pleasure because I think we like, but I Richard Curtis, who obviously makes films about rich people, um,
He does actually, doesn't
it's what he
he?
does.
What are his films? There's like
Four Weddings and a Funeral,
Notting Hill.
Notting
Yeah,
Hill.
he's a bit of a is he a bit of a snob, do you
Yeah,
reckon? Is
yeah,
he a
yeah.
bit he's a bit posh himself, do you
Well,
reckon?
of course he is. That's what. So he writes what he knows, and he's a very good comedy writer, and he's very good. But he does just write films
You're
about.
right. I've never thought of that. Yeah.
So, uh, but my favourite one is about time, which has got my favourite rich person in, which is Bill Nye, because he's
I love him.
very, very
I love him.
louche, and I don't know, he can be as rich as he wants because he's just very cool with it.
I love him.
Yeah, and he plays this dad, and Domhnall, is it Domhnall Gleeson, the young
Yes.
ginger haired
Yeah.
one? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
he plays his son.
Red hair.
Yeah, have you seen About Time?
It's got Rachel McAdams. We brought
Yep.
this up the other day. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you mentioned it. Yeah.
yeah. This idea that you know that they can go back in time, and the moral of the film really is because he sort of sets this idea up towards the end of the film that if you live one day as it is, and you don't really recognize the connections or the good bits in the day, and then you do it over. You go back in time and you do the day again, and this time you notice the person serving you coffee, or you
Yeah. You're
you, you
paying attention basically.
yeah, you recognize the little wins you have in life, and
Mm.
the connections you might have with your kids or your partner or the people around you, whatever it is. But then he gets to a point where he goes, I don't need to go back in time to do that. I just do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've got to in the book so far, is this idea that you live life in that, not with this pressure, not with uh, this ignorance, but you live it consciously. And there's a lot of stoicism and Buddhism in what he's talking about, and a lot of
Yeah.
recovery actually
Yeah.
in talking about this, everything we do is a decision and is a choice, and is
Yeah.
is us going forward, and we should be celebrating that rather than feeling stuck or worrying about something that may or may not happen. It's that's what we do have power over.
Yes.
Is we have power over ourselves to say, this is nourishing me, this is not nourishing me.
Yeah.
Which way am I going to go? What decision am I going to make that's going to be positive for me at this moment? And that's all we can do.
Yeah. Love that. All right. So time is an illusion.
Yeah, that's number one. You haven't got to number two yet. Have you got a number two?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's basically dovetailed to time is illusion. It's a hindrance. Get rid of it. Is just be here now. Just be here now. You
Mm.
know, the great Ram Dass or Ram Dass, however you want to say it. You know, that was his most, well, not his most. That was one of um, his strap lines, wasn't it? If you want to call it that. Be here now. You know, which is what that film, what you're saying, paying attention, being present, turning up, you know,
Mm.
is just to be here now, right here, right now, in this moment. And you can only really do that if you get rid of time, in my opinion, because what time does is it brings regret. Like I'm worrying about what I didn't do or what I did. And then you're projecting into the future with fear, worry, anticipation. Maybe there's some excitement there, but you're obsessing about something that's not happened yet, whether it's good or bad. You're worrying about what has happened or hasn't happened, good or bad. And
Yeah.
you're not, and but as long as you're doing that and you're putting all that focus and energy and time, which is an illusion, it's fiction, in it, you're not being here now, in the present, right here, right now, watching your life unfold as it is happening right now in this moment. And then there's this moment. And then there's this moment. And then there's this moment. I can keep going for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, I
That's all
think.
we've got. Everything
Yeah.
that's played out has already happened. Be here now. And anything that's about to happen, don't worry about it. Just be here now.
Yeah. But
So get rid of it. Get rid of time. It's a hindrance. It's an illusion. It's shit.
yeah,
You need it because I need to arrange with someone. I'll be on that call tomorrow at 9:30. Right? It's for that.
yeah,
But we live our lives by it like it's a freaking like it's our breath.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and it's silly.
Well, I
If
think like you said, it's we end up with a load of regrets because we haven't. I don't know. You've done you've done something that at the time felt right, but then later on you've gone, I regret that, and I feel guilty about doing that. It's like it takes us a while to work out what is good and what is bad.
Mm.
for us. And I know in my own personal journey, I know, for instance, that eating a bag of peanut M&Ms family size is bad, but it hasn't stopped me doing it for 40 plus years until someone tells me I've got diabetes. And then it's like, oh, yeah, I better not do that because that's really bad for me. And now look what's happened.
Yeah. Disclaimer: there are other bags of peanut chocolate treats you can have
Are there?
that could be bad for you as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's I mean, Reese's. I mean, I would happily go down the whole peanut chocolate.
Are you
Uh,
calling out all of the brands now that are really
Snickers.
bad for you,
Yeah,
give you
yeah. I
diabetes?
mean, if we can get sponsored by all them, that'd be amazing.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's going to work, man, with your freaking
No,
diabetes at the moment.
yeah, peanut and chocolate is the winner for me.
I'm gonna
Um,
I'm gonna be grassing you up, man, to your freaking PT.
well, I haven't touched any since August, so you know, I'm fairly confident about that. So yeah, I think we live in guilt and shame, possibly. I know I have from things I've done in the past, and we can be very unforgiving as people on ourselves and on other people, especially at the moment, because it's not, you know, like we were saying, like with your nephew, like he's got a phone at 14. Like if you and I had had phones when we were teenagers with the shenanigans that happened back then, like I wouldn't want any of it recorded. I wouldn't want all those mistakes I made in life to be somewhere on on the world wide web,
Mm,
and for people to be able to constantly refer back to them. Like, you know, we are allowed to grow and change as human beings, and we're allowed to get better and stronger. And you know, there's got to be that opportunity for growth, because otherwise, you know, we are just stuck in this sort of, right, this is who you are, and that's it. And
mm,
unless you're a, you know, a mass murderer, or a, you know, you do horrible things with children, then like there's got to be some sort of rehabilitation. I mean, even then, there's got to be some sort of rehabilitation for these people. Um, you know, there's got to be the opportunity for growth and change. Otherwise, we might as well have a sort of, well, I'm sorry, I'm going down that route, but you might as well have the death penalty for them, because that's it, they're done. You know, all you're doing is keeping them alive in a 4 foot, 6 foot square box, or you're looking at the fact that as human beings we can change, we can do other things, we can help each other, and we can grow.
yeah. God, that's heavy.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I went straight to the murdery bit.
It's all right.
Um,
That's
but yeah,
okay. No, you're just expressing how you see it and how you feel about it, and you're not alone there. I'm sure there's some people who might be listening that share those sentiments. Um, and I was just stating that that was heavy,
yeah,
like a heavy subject to talk about, and it's real.
yeah,
That's why it feels heavy because it's real, and it's like God, it's real. That is, you know what I mean? As real as a storm.
yes,
You know, and it does affect society, what you're talking about, you know, and it affects our lives. So look, bring it back to nourishing, right? Do you think we've gone off track with this?
mm, no.
Okay, good. So so excuse me. I'm just trying to think about what I was saying. Let me just think about what I was saying about time as a hindrance, right? I feel like I need to back this up and explain a little bit more about it
Okay.
from my point of view of how it's worked for me.
Hmm.
Because we're talking about nourishing. And to me, nourishment is the good stuff. I think you said that, didn't you? It's like the good stuff, right? You can leave all the shite. I don't want the shite, mate. I want all the good stuff. Give me the good stuff. What is the good stuff? What is the nourishment that we all so desperately feel we need right now, especially in the current state of affairs that are playing out in the world, right? So for me, the good stuff, nourishing, how do I get my nourishment? Well, connections to good people,
Yeah.
a connectivity, a community, a sense of belonging is vital for me. Good health,
Yep.
mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So I need to look after all of those. I need to delve into ways to support that. Um, Now, what you were saying about that guy that had done all the well-being stuff, there's if you follow these 7 simple steps to well-being, you too
Hmm.
could be a spiritual Adonis. Um, and that's what I feel like we're all on this quest to be. We're all on a quest for the good stuff, however you see that. You know,
Yeah.
F1. I'll get back to that. Their quest is to have the fastest car. Now, I was knocking that. It sounded like I was knocking it earlier. I was just stating how I see the whole fluff of it all, right?
Hmm.
There's a lot of, you could say the same about Hollywood or, the film industry or whatever. It's a certain degree of theatre to it all, right?
Yep.
Distraction, which maybe we all need. I know I need some of that. I nearly walked into a cinema and watched Anaconda, the
Yeah. I can't.
remake.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah, it's meant to be really funny.
Yeah.
I think Cocaine Bear is kind of like it's sort of in that genre,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So I too need a bit of theatre, right? But is that good stuff? The fluff, the light entertainment. Is that all we've got? Is that the only thing in our lives that we consider to be the good stuff, or is it a decoy? Is it we're chasing that as the good stuff, and there's a lot of other stuff that we could be chasing that's of that ilk. And I'm
Hmm.
not I'm not saying it's bad because I've just said to myself I need some of that as well. I need a dose. I need a spike of that stuff as well. God, I don't want to take myself or life too seriously. But when my head hits the pillow, or when I wake up, or when I'm present and I'm in my body and I'm being here now, right? How do I feel? Where am I at? You know, do I feel good? Do I feel content? Do I feel there's peace in my life? Do I feel I've got joy and love and harmony and a sense of yeah, just a sense of peace, man.
Yeah. I think that's really really important, and what that's making me think about. Firstly, that escapism. The Fast and Furious or the Anaconda. There's times in our lives where we need to sit down and escape, and I get that.
Absolutely.
But I also think, and this is very much from personal perspective, and it's definitely where I'm at as a human being now, is is that point where you are on your own,
Hmm.
and you are, whether that's when you last thing at night and your head's on the pillow, or when you've got a moment of reflection. But I think so much of my life has been about avoiding those moments, about not being conscious uh, when I'm in my own space and when I'm in my own head, because there's too much noise, or there's too much or going on for me to really understand it all or contemplate it all. And I've done lots of things to not be on my own with my own thoughts. And that's I that is that is what I feel you know, we I have, and I feel like lots of people do, is have that. Like, how can I escape being on my own? I need to be with someone else. I need to not be conscious. I need to be out of my head. I need to be what is it that I can do to not understand me and nourish what are the things that are really good for me. So when I do have those moments of alignment and I am sitting there in peace, that it's pleasurable as opposed to uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I feel like a lot of my life has been spent avoiding that in many various guises.
And you're not alone. And well done for being so honest and real about it on here. I salute you, Mr. Rice, and I share that journey of self-abandonment, as I would call it.
Mm,
I had many years of self-abandonment. You know, I just was chasing stuff because I wasn't able to be in my skin.
yeah.
You know, it's too uncomfortable, and in my head was like, "Way, way, whoa there." I was yet to comprehend that it was possible to feel at ease in my skin and in my head. You know, I hadn't learned how to do it,
Mm,
and that's okay. You know, it's just I inherited an environment, a life, and maybe it was already planned, predetermined. You know, I'm a big believer that I chose this this game that I chose to sit down and play.
okay.
And I played it, you know, and I managed to do all the levels and
And rescue the princess from the castle.
yeah, yeah, but then the game was done. I was like, right, you know, I've done that part, I've done that game. Right, press eject, boom. Now I'm playing a different game.
Oh, okay. You don't think it's the same game? You don't think you've gone beyond the levels?
No, I've just that game,
Changed the game completely?
different game. Yeah, I've changed the game. Game changer. It's a very different game now. You know, I'm not running away from the dragons that are, you know, in my mind. You know, um, so yeah, it's. I think nourishment for me, um, it's always the same. I think it's like it comes down to the same thing. Like if you really sit with this and really go sort of get pensive and really deep with stuff, you do realize that everything's just a bit like what Frank Zappa was saying, you know?
there's just a brick wall behind it all.
Yeah. So we need the stimulants, the stimuli, the sensory stuff to stimulate our experience because if we did take away the chairs and the tables and pulled the curtains back and revealed what's behind it all, it is just a fucking bland brick wall, a solid brick wall. It's like Truman Show, isn't it?
Mm,
Getting deep, cosmic, man. And I really believe that. I see it, you know? So the fluff is there. Why is it there? Do we need it for human survival? Because when you remove it all and just sit in front of the brick wall and you just be and you study the brick wall, it's all right. It's just a brick wall, man. It's okay. There's nothing bad about a brick wall. This actually can be a really beautiful brick wall.
yeah.
And I can actually start painting on the brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
I can get my cans out, start spraying, and I can start. doing a bit of scratch art on it, and I can do whatever I want on that brick wall because it's just a blank canvas. But I've got to remove all the shit out of the way to realize that.
Yeah. And I wonder at points whether this is going really cosmic as to whether the wall actually starts to dissolve
Well, it does.
because it's not a solid.
Yeah, yeah. Because what happens is, right, the way I see it is what happens is when you, so imagine, right, anyone listening, right, imagine you're in this theatre, right? So the theatre of life, we're sitting in a theatre. Imagine being sitting in an actual theatre, whether it's a cinema theatre, traditional theatre, right? And
Plush velvet seats.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that, right? And you've got your seat and you're sitting. You've got your place. This is life. This is a metaphor, people. And you're sitting in the theatre, right? And some of you will feel like you've got a front row seat, right?
Yeah.
And some of you feel like you're at the back somewhere and
Mm.
you're lost or you're at the sidelines, right? Some of you feel really comfortable in the theatre, and some of you will feel like it's fucking a horror show. It's horrible, right? But anyway, you're sitting in the theatre. You've got your seat in the theatre. And what's in the theatre, Ben? Go on, explain, describe the theatre. Velvet seats,
Velvet seats.
lowly lit. Is it lowly lit?
It's very dimly lit, but there's a lot of red, so it feels very
Mm.
lush and plush and sort of quite warm and
Like
cozy.
a David Lynch film.
Definitely like a David Lynch film. There's some gold. There's some gold as well. There's definitely some gold.
Okay.
Lots of embellishments. Big thick curtains, and there's
Right.
those fancy boxes. So not only are there people sitting right at the front, there's even people that have got really better seats, just even to themselves, like
Right.
up at the sides. That those really posh
Yeah,
blue
tiered seats.
boxes. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah, balcony seats.
really really entitled people.
Okay, we're in the Albert Hall now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, so and imagine this is your life, right? And it's filled with all this stuff, right? And you're watching, there's a show going on, there's a performance. And whatever performance it is, this is life, right? And we're part of that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're not separate from it, although we may feel separate, because you might be one of them people sitting at the back and you just can't connect to what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you feel out of place. But you're in the theatre of life. Now, for me, when you start to see behind the curtain, as Frank Zappa says, when you start to see that, oh, there's the prop guy,
Yep.
and you start to see that actually not everything is as it appears. You have a moment of realization of what is. You might actually go, okay, things aren't as I thought they were. Now, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? Do you deny it and push it away and go, it's not happening. I didn't see that. It's not
Mm-hmm.
real. And you continue to believe what you're seeing, what you're being told, because it's theatre. And I don't want it to get in the way and spoil my narrative of what my experience is. Or do you go, hang on, there's the props guy. And not only that, but I can see another prop guy. And then you go deeper and you start to pull it all apart and you start to see that it's actually all just a stage performance. And then what Frank Zappa says is you start to pull away the chairs, the tables, the curtains. And then the deeper you go with that and the more you dive into that exploration of realization of what is, you reveal the true matter of the true nature of what you're actually being part of. Now, what do you do with it? Are you the sort of person that denies it and continues, or do you start to pull it all apart and want to know more? And I think that's what we do. That's the red pill, the blue pill.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
where does nourishment sit in all that? What is the nourishing path? Is it nourishing to remain ignorant because ignorance is bliss? and continue to be pussy struck. I don't know if that's the right word I just used.
What?
By all of the tinsel and the shiny, glittery
Okay.
velvet, you know,
Yeah, returning to the womb.
or do you go, aha, okay. So there's an inquisitive mind that might want to explore more and go deep and pull it all apart and do like a reveal of what's actually the true nature of all things. And there's other people that just be like, I don't, I don't, I don't believe, I don't care, I don't want to know. I'll just remain tuned out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, what I find strange about not strange. What I find interesting about David Lynch is that when you delve into his films, and there is that sort of idea that you are going into the underbelly of life and you are seeing things for the first time.
It's like an
But
acid trip.
yeah, but there's also what he says is sometimes it just is. There is this idea that, his ideas are just dreams or metaphor, or not, or um meditations. They're just things that have come to him, and they're just, this is it. There's nothing beneath this. It is just it's all pretense. um and there is that sense of it almost being just a game, just a, right, what extra props can we add to this? What drama can we put on top of it? And that is a way we spend in our lives. That's something I know that I've definitely done, is I get caught up in the, or definitely used to, is get caught up in the drama of life, is
Mm.
is seek out situations where, that excitement exists because something is happening. So, something big dramatic is occurring, so I can exist in that moment, and I don't need to reflect or nourish myself, because I can focus on other people. So yeah, it's a it's this realization of of reality, I guess, is what it is. And I go back to that idea of whether or how comfortably we sit in the silence, um and how much we want to dress that up and avoid it. And that's what I see as our, uh we don't go, well, I guess that's the, you know lots of us go to the cinema or the theater or place, or a gig where there is a collective uh escapism, where there's a collective sort of, right, there's something created and beautiful happening here.
Mhm.
And the opposite, well, not the opposite to that, but that collective idea of going and sitting somewhere in silence as a core, I guess, is the spiritual, isn't it? Is the church. And however you want to see the church, however you want to, whatever temple, whatever spirituality you exist within, quite often that is what we're going and doing. We're going and sitting with ourselves, but with a group of people, whether that's through prayer, through meditation, however you want to see that. But that's something, I would argue, that modern life, we definitely, Western civilization, feel like we've withdrawn from.
Mm.
And that ability to contemplate uh, our own space, our own sort of place in the world.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and I think that's something that I've done more and more as I've got older. Is I've sought out spaces where I can be reflective and I can be more understanding of what is going on for me.
Yeah, what's come up for me, thanks for sharing that. What's come up for me is I care more.
About yourself or about other people or both?
Both.
Okay.
As I have become more wiser, more wiser, but become like more uh, self-aware
Yeah.
and wise with that, you know. Um, I just care more about my experience, about making it count, getting back to what, you know, however many thousand weeks we've got on the planet. You know, if you do want to clock the time and clock watch it, you know, I care about making it count. You know, I don't regret about what I've done formative years because every part of it has got me to this point, and it's all really part of the plan. It's the game that I was playing
Hmm.
that I chose to play. All right, no regrets. It's great, beautiful. It's a freaking piece of work, piece of art, beautiful. All right, every last drop of it has been a beautiful miracle. But I care. I care about myself. I love myself in a healthy way. I nourish that. I continue to cultivate it. And outwardly, because I do that for myself, I have it for others and I have it for the planet. And I care. And that's a beautiful thing. And the only way I was able to do that was when I wasn't busy, zoning out, chasing stuff that just didn't matter. The fluff. Now, I still have fluff in my life now, but at the basis, I've got what I just described. You know, I've developed that. I've found it. I've developed it. I look after it. I nourish it. I continue to nourish it. And then I can, you know, afford to have a bit of fluff in my life. But I'm not completely lost or governed by the fluff. I can dip in and out, take it or leave it. Thank you very much. um, that's what I think anyway. um,
Which I guess, yeah, and I think that is, I think that's really important. I think there's and
and that came up for me because of what you said. I feel like what you were saying was in a roundabout way a similar thing that you
yeah,
care. You care.
yeah, and I think that's really important. And I think that's what can be so frustrating is that it feels at the moment like loads of people don't care.
Well, they don't.
No. And
And yeah, sorry,
yeah, no, and I just, yeah, they just, and that's, they don't care for themselves and they don't care for other people.
yeah, you're right. And there's a lot of people that like myself and like you do care,
Yeah.
and that's yin and yang, right? There's a bunch of fuckers out there, selfish little sods to the core, who are just focused on all the fluff
Hmm.
for their own gain, and they can give two shits about me or you or the world or the planet or anyone else, right? That's just the
Hmm.
way it is. But then there's a lot of people that really do love themselves and love us and love the planet. And what a beautiful thing that is. And we have to stick to those people, like-minded people. And then two words, I always say it to the Mavericks when they get caught up in little resentments towards people and their expectations too high of what they're trying to get from life. It's like, fuck them. That's what I say.
Okay.
Sensei, what do I do, Sensei? Two words, mate. Fuck them. That's the attitude we have to have for them.
Send them to Mars.
Send them to fucking Mars with David Bowie.
Not with Bowie.
Oh, I watched a documentary on him.
Did you watch the new one?
Yeah, I've watched it. I bought
You
it.
good?
Yeah, I watched it. Really
Oh,
beautiful.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really beautiful. Actually made me feel quite sad.
Yeah. That's why I
Uh,
wouldn't want all those horrible people to go to Mars with him.
yeah, and it really made me. If you want to really connect to what Frank Zappa's saying and what we're talking about on here about getting rid of all this sort of unnecessary faff and really living the truest sense of what life offers and leaving an impression in the world and having purpose.
Hmm.
Because I think purpose is a key word here. Purpose, a soul connection, purpose. I'd say that's the key words here. Soul purpose, my true soul purpose. What is the point of me having this life? What am I doing here? What the fuck am I bothering to be on this planet for if I'm just gonna faff it all around?
Be not bothered.
Yeah, what's the fucking point in that?
Yeah.
Go and do it on Mars. But it really left me feeling like I feel really proud in a healthy way. I feel really fucking proud and good about myself. The fact that I've got some really good moral standings. And yeah, I am on a fucking high ground sometimes. And I'm proud of that because I've had to fucking climb up that slog of a hill to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. And anyone that's beneath me, fuck them. They're not there yet. I'll help them get up there if they want some help with that and some guidance. But if they're not prepared to listen, fuck them. Right, nourishment, right? I've got the big book of words.
Okay.
Nourish. Start with nourish, right? Provide with the food or other substances necessary for growth and health, not chocolate, peanut, M&Ms,
No.
or any other brand
Oh,
of goodies, Mr. Rice, all right? I will get your
okay.
PT's number. And then there's another thing here. It says, keep a feeling or belief in your mind for a long time, which is an illusion. They should have that in brackets. Right, nourishment. The food or other substances necessary for growth and health.
Yeah.
So, this is, as I always highlight, this book is not always correct, in my opinion. They've gone to they're very blinkered in what they're writing about, which is they're linking nourishment with food or other substances necessary for growth and health. There are other fucking things to nourish yourself, people. Sorry, I didn't mean people. I'm talking about the people that wrote this book. It's not just about food or other substances.
So the robot has put
Well, here we go. Old tight robot.
provide with food or other substances necessary for growth, health, and good condition.
Yeah, the robot's not getting it either. It's
No.
because it's a robot.
So if you're talking about substances being peace or
They need to rewrite it, man, because it's
or
get with the times, people.
community or something else,
Purpose, sense of
purpose.
purpose.
Is purpose a substance?
No.
No.
See?
Blue tack is a substance.
Fuck's sake. Big book and robots. They ain't got a fucking clue when it comes to
Uh,
soul shit.
you saying the robot's got no soul? All those people sitting in a big ivory tower have got no soul.
Just got no soul, man. So, like, nourishment is much greater than just what you're putting in your body or a substance like a bloody tablet you'll get from a health food store. You know,
well,
supplement.
I think that's the difference. Is what how would you describe something ethereal, like something that's not, so substance is something solid and tangible, yeah. So
Yeah,
like you grab
yeah,
some an apple or you
yeah,
grab some mince or whatever.
yeah.
So the other stuff that we're talking about is that
The good
is
stuff.
is you feed your stomach for nourishment, but you also
Yeah,
feed your brain,
soul and your
soul,
brain.
and your soul and your brain. So
Yeah,
how do you feed them, and what would you call that stuff that you're feeding them with?
experience.
Experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Okay.
a visceral experience which is gonna feed my soul, nourish me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's in the spirit of which you do it, the essence, the true nature. Right? Fuck the robots, man, and fuck this big book of words.
So they are just purely
And
talking about the physical, and we're talking about the spiritual.
yes, because back when that book was compiled, they didn't have a Scooby about this shit. We're caught up, man. Like, I didn't have a Scooby about this shit either. I've had to catch up, man.
Yeah.
I've had to eject the game that I was playing and start a new one. Right, and Yeah. This nourishment, man. It ain't about like how much freaking how many supplements. You know, if you pick people up, they'll rattle if you shake them about. Like, it's not just about the supplements. It's not just about that 7 steps to freaking enlightenment stuff. It's not about like eating the salad or being a vegan or not being a vegan. It is that stuff as well, of course.
It's getting you minerals, but there are other minerals
Yeah,
available
yeah, yeah,
than just the
yeah.
ones that you mine.
Popeye is
Popeye,
Popeye is a fucking fictional character, all right? Don't believe what you see in the cartoons. It's not all about eating shitloads of spinach, all right? It's
well, they got that wrong as well, didn't they?
why?
Because they thought that spinach contained the most iron, and actually there's the scientists put the decimal point in the wrong place. So actually, there's lots of vegetables and stuff that contain more iron than spinach.
Yeah,
So
I didn't know
they
that.
even got that wrong.
Is that really what happened?
Yeah,
That's hilarious. But I used to love Popeye, man.
yeah, I did.
You know, he was a bit of a bit of a bit of a
Bit of a maverick.
yeah. He's a bit of a I don't know. There's something about him that's a bit freaky as well.
Yeah, have you ever watched the movie with Robin Williams in?
Yeah, that's freaky. Can't
That's
watch it.
really
Yeah, it's
freaky.
a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it works in translated in a film, especially
Mm-mm.
with yeah. I don't know, man. Anyway, but
That,
yeah,
that's putting a lot of dressing and tables and chairs in front of the brick wall.
yeah,
That's totally out of reality.
yeah. But anyway, yeah. So, do you feel like we've got it? Do you feel like we've captured what we think is the true essence of what nourishment means?
I think we've gone all around the houses today.
I mean, look. Let me ask you this: do you feel like you are nourishing your soul? Do you think it is about nourishing the soul, or do you think it's about having a healthy mind? I mean, it's all part of the same thing, right? What do you think? Where does nourishment sit in your life, Mr. Rice?
Well, I think it's really important what you've pointed out in that it is, you know, we often focus on the physical, on the fluff, I think. And it's not that we should this that we shouldn't have that, but if we just focus on the physical and the appearance, then we forget about the soul and the brain. And I think, you know, there's if you're missing out on one of those, what any part of that uh uh
Heart. I want to say that I want to bring heart into it. I feel like heart's being left out. I feel
do
like
you
heart was just saying, Dave, what about me? I don't know if it talks like that.
I
I'm not
think
sure how heart talks like that. I think the heart goes, Dave,
it's more Barry White, isn't it? It's more
go on, do it. Do Barry White.
God.
that,
No,
that wasn't Barry White.
that wasn't Barry White.
Oh, that was Elvis. Oh.
The Walrus of Love. So
So,
where's it going with that? I think there are other things to feed. We focus on the physical health, I guess, is what I'm saying, rather
nourishment,
than all the other stuff that helps us cope with being. And if we
heart
heart
health,
health,
but not heart as in like the obvious ones. Don't smoke shitloads of tobacco or eat loads of junk food all day because
yeah,
then you have bad heart health. I'm talking about love.
yeah, and the same with the head. You know, the brain. You know, you need to exercise the brain in terms of thinking and having strong
So
conversations.
not standing on a treadmill on your head,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
exercise your brain.
And I think we when we think about nourish, we've just all or we have focused on the physical, and I think it's if we don't if we don't complete the all the dots, if we don't join all the dots up and think about all the other parts of us that exist, we can be physically healthy we can have strong muscles, we can eat well, we can have a good gut, uh, and that doesn't mean we're fulfilled.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean that we've done any spiritual work or we've done any mental work. We haven't thought about sitting with ourselves. Again, it
Hmm.
can be a distraction.
Yeah.
And if you go to Buddhism and you go, I mean, you would get to a point, they don't particularly focus on the physical at all. It's just sitting in your head, getting to that brick wall and understanding that this is it,
Yeah.
and just contemplating that, and that's just sitting with yourself and
Yeah.
thinking, am I okay with this,
Yeah.
really, isn't it? That's what you're asking
and
yourself.
and non-judgment of it.
Yeah.
We need to bring non-judgment in because that's
Mm,
what that is what, and I know that from my own experience of what you just described, and I know this is what it is. This is what you're taught. This is what you have to practice. Non-judgment. I am sitting in front of a brick wall, and maybe sometimes I'm looking at a Banksy on the wall, and it's beautiful, and I'm really enjoying sitting here looking at the Banksy on the wall. Okay, but I'm not going to judge it. I'm just going to. It is what it is. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. This is what it is right now. But sometimes you're sitting in front of the brick wall, and the brick wall is literally throwing bricks at you, and they're hitting you, or they
mm,
appear to be hitting you, and you're like, oh my god, I'm dodging bricks right now. That's how it can feel. But you're not to judge that experience. You're just like, okay, this is what it is. It's okay. It's just a brick wall throwing bricks at me.
mm.
So be it. Either way, so be it. It is what it is. Do not judge your experience. And that's the problem, us mad fucking crazy humans. We get caught up in the the judgment of our experience.
Yeah. Rate your experience. How has your experience been on this podcast today, Dave? From 1 to 10, do you think we've accomplished our mission of understanding nourishment?
It's a 10 for me.
Do you feel fulfilled and nourished?
It's a 10 for me. But then that's me judging it. So maybe I should say it's a 5.
It's a 5. It's all good. It's all good. It is what it is. I don't need to rate it.
So look, on that note, do you feel like we should
Go and
end
live
it?
our lives.
Yeah, I feel like we've got what we need to got what we need to got what we needed to get,
Yes.
and some. We could keep
Hmm.
going as always, but I feel like um, I know what it is to me. I know what it means to me to feel nourished. I know what it feels like to me to not feel nourished. And for me, it's about just having that realization. And as always, accountability. Am I happy with my lot? Where am I at? It's getting real. It's doing inventory.
Mm.
Do a strip inventory if you need to.
Yeah. Go and sit naked in front of that wall. I
Yeah,
I think that's really important. Is quite often we come at things from a negative, and so I know, I definitely know, or have known first, what it is to be not nourished, and it's then working out how it is to be nourished.
mm,
There are points in my life where I felt really unnourished and
mm.
really malnutritioned
Mm.
into, in terms of what I'm putting into my spirit, into
Yeah,
my soul.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's not just, I'm hungry, or
Yeah,
you know my belly's over full and of sugar,
yeah,
whatever. It's I feel bad.
yeah.
I feel
Malnourished, is that the right
Yeah, yeah,
word?
that's the one. Yeah, yeah.
What does
And
that
so
actually mean, malnourished?
that means you've not got any of the.
MAL, malnourished. Is
Yeah,
that how you say it? Yeah.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, it means you're unnourished. You've It's like malpractice, or you're not doing the things you need to be doing to feel
Yeah.
good. And I feel like that's quite often where we need to get to in life to then work out what it is to be nourished.
Yeah, and that was my experience.
Yeah,
And that's the game of life, the journey of life.
yeah.
Okay, well there we go. So it's been a wonderful time sharing this space with you, Mr. Rice.
As ever, Mr. Noble.
All right, and anyone that cares to have a point of view on what we're talking about, please do get in touch.
All those Formula One fans, let us know how you're feeling today.
Join us at the velvetrevolutionpod.com. And if you like what we're doing, there are buttons apparently that you can click on to say you like it. So
Yeah,
bloody give
please
it.
rate your experience, whether you feel nourished by this nourishing episode.
Yeah, and pass it on, man. Pass on the this is how we nourish ourselves, is to be of service to others and the planet. If you feel like there's something in it, even if it's one thing in what we're talking about that you feel that someone you know needs to hear, share it on, man. Pass it on. Pass it on. Yeah?
Lovely. All
All
right,
right.
you take care, my friend, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right, have a very nourishing day, Mr. Rice.
And you.
All right, ciao.
Bye.